As the golden sun sets over the vast desert, the Hausa hunter and the Tuareg princess stand on opposite ends of fate's grand design. One seeks truth, the other suspects betrayal, but their destinies are bound to intertwine. Long ago, in the heart of West Africa, where golden savannas met the shifting sands of the Sahara, two great civilizations flourished, the Hausa of the south and the Tuareg of the desert. Though their peoples often traded, their ways were different, like the river and the dunes. Danjuma was a hunter, known throughout the Hausa lands for his strength, cunning, and respect for nature. He had spent his life roaming the dense forests and open grasslands, tracking game and fending off threats to his village. But his greatest adventure was yet to come. Far to the north, in the city of Agadez, Princess Zayla, daughter of Sultan Abdulkarim, lived in the heart of the desert. She was a woman of intellect and grace, beloved by her people. Yet, she could see what her father could not, whispers of war and deception creeping through the Tuareg council like a hidden sandstorm. The hunter and the princess were destined to meet, though neither knew it yet. Their fates would intertwine in ways neither could have imagined, shaping the course of history for both their peoples. The Lion Hunter of Kano. The city of Kano was alive with the scent of roasting maize and the rhythmic beats of drums as merchants haggled in the bustling market. Danjuma walked through the crowd, his tall frame standing out as villagers admired the fresh lion pelts slung over his shoulder. The beast had terrorized the farmlands, killing livestock and threatening children. For weeks, the villagers had lived in fear, until Danjuma tracked the lion through the tall grasses and into a rocky cave. He faced the beast with nothing but his bow and knife, and after a long struggle, he emerged victorious. "You have rid us of a great curse," an elder told him, placing a hand on his shoulder. "The ancestors bless you." But as Danjuma stood in the marketplace, enjoying the fruits of his labor, he overheard traders whispering. "They say the Tuareg are riding south in numbers," one man said, leaning close to another. "Some claim they prepare for war." Danjuma frowned. The Tuareg had always been traders, their camel caravans carrying salt, gold, and fine leather across the vast desert. Why would they march south with weapons? Something wasn't right. Determined to learn the truth, Danjuma made up his mind, he would travel north and seek answers himself. Danjuma, victorious from his hunt, walks through the bustling Hausa market, unaware that whispers of war are beginning to spread. A kingdom on the edge. Far away, in the grand tents of the Tuareg palace in Agadez, Princess Zayla listened as her father's vizier, a cunning man named Malik, spoke to the council. "The Hausa grow strong, my sultan," Malik said, his dark eyes gleaming. "If we do not act now, they will swallow our lands. We must march before they do." Zayla's heart clenched. She had known the Hausa people all her life. They were warriors, yes, but also traitors and allies. Something about Malik's insistence troubled her. "My father," she said carefully, "has there been any attack from the Hausa? Any sign of betrayal?" The Sultan looked weary as he stroked his silver beard. "No, my daughter, but we must not wait for them to strike first." Zayla knew that Malik's words had poisoned her father's mind. But she had no proof, and in the desert, accusations without proof were as useless as waterless wells. That night, she gazed at the stars, seeking wisdom. The old prophecies spoke of a union between the desert and the savannah, a bond that would change their lands forever. Could it be true? The journey north. Danjuma set out with nothing but his bow, his knife, and the stars to guide him. The journey was treacherous, bandits roamed the caravan routes, and the desert was a cruel master to those who did not respect it. For days, he traveled, his skin burned by the sun, his throat parched. But the hunter was no stranger to hardship. He found shade in rocky outcrops, drank from hidden oases, and hunted small desert creatures for food. One evening, as he sat by a dwindling fire, an old Tuareg man approached him, his indigo robes blending with the night. "You are far from home, Hausa hunter," the man said. "I seek the truth," Danjuma replied. The old man nodded. "Then go to Agadez. A storm is brewing, and you are part of it." Danjuma did not understand the man's words, but he felt their weight. He continued northward, unaware that his arrival would change everything. Captured by the Tuareg, as Danjuma neared Agadez, he was surrounded by Tuareg warriors. Their blue veils covered all but their piercing eyes, and their curved swords glinted in the sun. "I come in peace," Danjuma said, raising his hands. But the warriors were not interested in peace. They bound him and took him to the palace, where he was thrown before Sultan Abdulkarim. The Sultan's eyes were cold as he studied the hunter. "A Hausa spy," he muttered. "Tell me, what message do you bring?" Danjuma met his gaze fearlessly. I bring no message, only questions. Zayla, standing beside her father, stepped forward. There was something different about this man, he was not afraid. And there was truth in his eyes. Let him speak, father, she said. The Sultan hesitated but allowed Danjuma to explain his journey. As he spoke, Zayla felt her suspicions confirmed. Someone had been lying to her father. Princess Zayla watches as her father's council debates war, her mind clouded with doubt about the whispers shaping their fate. The vizier's deception. That night, Zayla went to Danjuma's chamber. You speak the truth, she whispered. And I think I know who is behind this. Together, they devised a plan. They would expose Malik before the council, proving his deception before war could begin. The betrayal unveiled. At dawn, the Tuareg army gathered outside Agadez, ready to march. But before the order could be given, Zayla and Danjuma stood before the warriors. This war is built on lies. Zayla declared, Malik has poisoned my father's mind with deceit. The vizier's face twisted with rage. Lies. The Hausa. Before he could finish, Danjuma stepped forward. If I am a spy, then let me die. But before I do, tell me, Malik, why have you been meeting with bandits in the desert? The warriors murmured. Malik's face turned pale. Sultan Abdulkarim narrowed his eyes. Is this true? Malik tried to run, but the Tuareg warriors seized him. With the truth revealed, the war was called off. A new beginning. The Sultan turned to Danjuma. You have saved my people from a terrible mistake. What reward do you seek? Danjuma hesitated. I seek only peace. Zayla stepped forward, her gaze unwavering. And I seek to follow my heart. The Sultan saw the love in their eyes. He sighed, then smiled. Then let it be so. A great feast was held, uniting the Hausa and Tuareg once more. Under the starlit sky, Danjuma and Zayla knew they had not just found each other, they had changed history. And so, the legend of the Hausa hunter and the Tuareg princess was born. Captured on his journey, Danjuma faces the Tuareg warriors with courage, knowing that the truth must be uncovered before war begins. The Hausa and Tuareg gather in celebration, as music and laughter fill the night, an alliance forged not by war, but by love and truth.